Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Daily Rinse. I am your host, Christopher Barth, and today's topic is going to cover apple cider vinegar, which I have sitting right here in front of me. This is one of the more common brands that is bought, but before I get into that, there's a lot of health craze over the past probably 10 years of this stuff, especially the apple cider variety. There's a lot of health claims. Actually, this company that produces this has a book out there for the Miracle Health System, and I wanted to dispel some of the oral health claims that they might have. Apple cider vinegar is basically a weak acid. Just like vinegar, the main component is acetic acid, which from chemistry we learn is a weak acid. Still an acid. Has a pH somewhere around 2.4. And for those of you that don't know what a pH is, pH measures, depending on the way you look at it, but basically measures the acidity of a product. Our gastric juices in our stomach have a pH of 1, which is extremely acidic, helps us digest food. Water has a pH of 7, and our blood has a pH somewhere in the neutral zone of 7.6, 7.4. So vinegar actually has a pH of 2.4. So it's acidic, not as acidic as like your juices in your stomach, but still very acidic. So there are claims about it helping gastrointestinal issues, skin, hair, breath, foot odor, many other things. But I'm here to talk to you about the oral myths. So first off, this is called Bragg Organic Apple Cider Vinegar. This is unfiltered, and you can easily see how cloudy it is in the sediment. I shook this up a little bit ago, but if you let it sit, obviously it gets clear, and then if you shake it up a little bit, it's very cloudy. I buy this because I use it in some of my salad dressings. Sometimes I'll add it in to a very dilute glass of water, or dilute it with water to make it extremely dilute, and drink it just in the morning. A lot of people claim it gives them energy, but recently there have been many claims that I've seen about the ability to whiten teeth, freshen breath, and kill bacteria in the oral cavity. And a lot of people on the internet talking about brushing with it or not brushing with it, or don't brush your teeth after you've had this. Definitely, I would not recommend swishing with this, whether it's dilute. I mean, it could be extremely, extremely dilute, like in a gallon of water, it wouldn't really matter, but definitely not straight, and definitely not in just a small glass of water. It is acidic. It will erode your enamel. If you brush your teeth with it to try and whiten your teeth, the same thing could happen. You could ruin your enamel, which if some of you don't know, you can't grow enamel back. Enamel's a once and done type of thing. Yes, it may whiten your teeth, but not at the expense of that. We don't want that to happen. Secondly, I'm going to test right now if I think it will freshen my breath. I have experience with I feel just anecdotally, when I eat an acidic food or something along the period of the day, and I go on and think about it, I have bad breath. And so I don't see how rinsing with a acidic liquid is going to help my breath. But we'll try it out right here on camera for you. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to dispel was the whole myth with brushing or rinsing with this stuff. I would not recommend it. There's other things that you can utilize for that. And also, not everybody wants Hollywood white teeth. See? Mine are not Hollywood white, but they're still white, natural white. And if you're going to use this in a dilute glass of water to drink, for example, if you think it helps your digestive issues, it's okay to brush your teeth after that. If you do it at night or whatever, you're not going to ruin the enamel from your teeth if you swallow a glass of water with some of this in it and then you go brush your teeth. It's just not going to happen. So that's Bragg's cider. There's other brands, I'm sure, but this is the one that I bought. large bottle. So we're going to go ahead and give this a swisherooski. It's going to be pretty unpleasant, I'm going to guess. I've never done this before, so. Finish that last little drip of water. Put a little bit here. Again, it's not as potent as white vinegar would be, in my opinion. And you can definitely smell the apple coming through from it. Just like that cider smell that you would have. Let's give it a whirl. I would definitely recommend diluting that if you're ever going to try it. Not as bad as that I would think as if you were rinsing with white vinegar, but still, it's making me salivate like I was sucking on a lemon. Burned the mucosa or the cheeks. Definitely, you saw me puckering, burning still, bad aftertaste. Doesn't feel like something I want to rinse with to make my breath feel better. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I would not recommend it for that. And then the last comment I have, or tip, is, yeah, a lot of you may smell your own breath or have, when you wake up, you can kind of taste the mouth, the morning mouth or the bad breath. But if you're kind of unsure, one quick little test you can do that I found helpful is to actually lick, not in a public situation, possibly. Lick the back of your hand and let it dry let it air dry for just a few seconds, and then smell it. And believe it or not, if you have bad breath, it's real easy to detect utilizing that method. I'm going to give it a shot right now just to see. So I'll let that air dry for just a second. Give it the little snifferooski. No good. 2 thumbs down. Does not smell good. Does not taste good. I can imagine diluting it in water would get the same result pretty much, just at a slightly, obviously diluted smell. But I would not recommend it. And yes, it may have other magical health properties, but as far as what you can expect for your oral health, I would not recommend it. I've also read that they make pills with apple cider vinegar in them, and especially if it's a concentrate, you have to be careful because you can damage the soft tissues of your throat and esophagus, which is the tube that carries food from your mouth to your gut or your stomach. So highly use those with high caution if you're going to use them. Drink a lot of water with them. The pills can get stuck, and you could possibly burn some of that tissue. So you want to be real careful with this stuff. Having said that, like I said, it makes great additions to salad dressings or as a salad dressing. And once in a blue moon, I'll put a little capful, just a capful, in a large tumbler, 16-ounce tumbler of filtered water, just to, whether it's to wake me up in the morning or trick myself into thinking I'm more energized, but those are the things I use it for. So you can find out more online, obviously, if you Google the Bragg's apple cider or apple cider vinegar. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I may have gone a little bit over the time cap, but thanks for tuning in to the Daily Rinse. And of course, you can find me on social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram, Facebook at doc_gums. And then I don't know if anybody's heard about this new platform out there called Anchor. I'm also on there as Doc Gums. Anchor is like audio style Twitter/Instagram where you can record audio clips and you can listen to those. And so I give quick 10-20 second advice tips on that usually for anybody that's on there. It's gaining a little bit of traction, but it's still young. It's a very young platform right now. So just an FYI. You also can feel free to email me at thedailyrinseshow@gmail.com. And until next time, stay clean. Thanks for tuning in.